What is up, everybody? Fix for the S6 here, Remy Gun if you please. But today I had an amazing time shooting the video between the S6 and the A7, giving a little bit of a review, this and that. It was so cool, but a lot of editing, some camera troubles, this and that. You know, it was tough, but I think you guys should enjoy it, so here it is. What is up, guys? Fix for the S6 here. If you haven't tuned into the channel, my name is Remy Gun, but today I'm going to be bringing you a little bit of a review, comparison, and similarities of the 2014 S6 and the 2015 A7. So I'll start with the 2014 S6. Through 2018, the interior and most of the technology in this car has not changed. It's now finally getting a facelift in 2019, but in 2014, this style was practically brand new. The engine puts out 420 horsepower and 406 feet-pounds of torque. That's fast. It's a 4.0 liter V8 twin turbo engine. Its curb weight is 4,398 pounds. It gets around 17 to 27 miles per gallon, city and highway. So it's not too bad with all that power underneath the hood. Its dimensions are 194 inches long, 74 inches wide, and 58 inches high. You can get multiple warranties on it. 4 years for 50,000 miles is a basic, or a 4-year 50,000 mile powertrain warranty. So Audi's got you covered. The paint job on this is phantom black, and it looks sweet, especially when you black out the entire car, which I almost have, but probably not the headlights or taillights are going to be touched, just because, well, I think in Jersey they might pull you over, and I don't know, there's laws and stuff. I think I've done my upgrades, but it's going to be a lot different, obviously, the A7. But this being a S-line, S6, it has a bunch of other stuff. One thing that this car has too is the brand new assisted cruise control system. Apparently 2014 was the first year they started doing them, and it's an okay system. It's got some kinks, it's got some areas that needs adjusting. It being the first year, that's totally okay. But the lane assist feature is great when you need to, if your hands need to be off the wheel to do something, if something falls and you really do need to pick it up. It is good to have because it will keep you in the lane for at least a couple turns. But the one thing that's very good is the stop and go feature and the traffic stop and the distance control with when you're in cruise control. That feature is pretty good, and it saved my butt already a couple times. So it's about time you guys also see some acceleration videos of this car. It's pretty sweet. Got some good angles, and I think you guys will like it. Just be prepared. Stay in your seat, if you will. Enjoy. That wasn't even an S. Such a beautiful day outside. Oh my God. Already 76 degrees and it's 9:30 in the morning. Yep, getting the 0 to 60 times. Well, trying to at least. But I'm getting some acceleration, good acceleration shots. I think I need to have somebody clock me to get that right. I also could go to Audi and they can put the lap timer stuff on here and the boost pressure stuff up here. Maybe that would help me. I also have a Carista. I don't know if that'll do it either, but I basically have to get somebody to shoot me with a gun or something, or like be right here with a timer. I do need to get it dynoed. That is a must. But if you heard last acceleration, the whine of the cold carbon fiber cold air intake that I got, it just gives this little, or not even little, I mean it's decent whine on almost all the pickup, and it's really nice sounding. Truck, damn truck, big old mofos on the road. See, what's good about living out here is that there's really not that much crazy traffic. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of people in the LA area that just get hung up on the traffic, and it's just it's a monstrosity. In this area, man, the traffic ain't that bad. Route 1, obviously gets packed. Trucks are slow. The Bose sound system in this thing, man. Oh yeah, it's worth it. Bye-bye, truck. The brakes are Brembo, and they are pretty big, and they work pretty darn well. I had to do a tune-up just to make sure they were functioning properly, but they were, and, well, excuse me, they were fixed, and it has great stopping power. This thing will bring you to a stop before you can say Mary Poppins, practically. I ended up putting up the RS7 style wheels, 19 inches. You can put up to 21 inches, I believe, on the car without having it affect anything around the inside the wheel space. So 19 looks pretty darn good. This engine compartment is clean. You can get that top in carbon fiber as well on multiple websites, but with that there, it makes it look pretty slick. So the cold air intake is from AWE, and it's S-Flow, one of the first generation ones. Nowadays, you'll see that many of these intakes have dual inlets on this air channel right here, and it also is a little bit different color. Well, this has faded a little bit, but it really does help, and it gives the engine a nice whine when in acceleration and power. Bass, if you have kind of a stage 1 setup in your car, it should give you around 10 to 15 extra horsepower and 10 to 15 foot-pounds of torque. With a full stage 2 setup, downpipes, and an exhaust system, you'll probably see around 50 on both ends. The V8 turbo badge is certainly worth looking at, and it means style. The car all around is beautiful. They really accentuated some parts of it and made it look like a monster. All right, interior-wise, they did a fantastic job as well. It also screams style, luxury, and practicality. Everything in the MMI interface is pretty easy to use. When that thing pops up, you can just scroll through a bunch of different parts. There it is, it's open. Should pop up. But seriously easy to navigate. Look at the stitching on these seats. I mean, my goodness, what a job, Audi, what a job. And obviously the sunroof is absolutely 100% key. Easy to use. One other thing, guys, that I did not mention before in any of the videos that you've seen, I have actually a separate camera, a ThinkWare camera that is front facing and will record, I believe, 30-second clips of me driving around and take shots of when I'm parked. Now I got one in the back too, you can see it right there. Continuous recording will now start. So let's go ahead and start this thing up, shall we? An easy push button start and the brake, and your engine is rolling. It's actually surprisingly quiet. I've seen a few other videos that maybe show a coin being put on the top of the engine cover and pretty much not falling over, but that's quite amazing. Now the back seats are pretty darn spacey as well. Really is not that bad back here, and I got plenty of leg room, and obviously you got the fold down cabs here, and it's actually got a lock for the trunk. Look at that, so you can stick things through and lock them in there for sure, and when the valet is on as well. So that is a great feature. Pop out, easy, boom, done. My goodness. So all around, guys, this car is amazing. The 2014 Audi S6 is just a beast. And Audi did a really good job with the lights as well. Look at these things, man. I mean, they just scream style. The full LED features are wonderful. Tons of brightness at night, you know, tons of clarity. They did a very good job. There's the engine sound. It's not too bad. Cabin, you have noise canceling, so you won't hear that much. You have plenty of trunk space. And I've got so much stuff in there. Random stuff. You can put down the back seats. They go down nice and easy. And you've got room for everything. So just standing out here, just listening to it run is just amazing. One thing that I've said before, and you guys have tuned into before and hopefully seen, is that I have that tune. Now that tune is a GAC tune, and it's an older company, I believe, but it's still around. Unitronic and APR are definitely taking over for tuning wise, but it should give me around 80 to 90 extra horsepower and around 80 extra foot-pounds of torque. So all in all, I should be beating the beautiful A7. Now that's pretty much it for the 2014 S6. Like I said, a beast. Time for the gorgeous 2015 Audi A7. This thing is gorgeous. This color is fantastic. It is garnet red metallic, and it is not an Audi exclusive color. It is still a basic color that you can choose when you're choosing all your specs on your new car. But it is, oh, it is beautiful. There are 4 engine types you can get on this car. The 2.0 turbo, the 3.0 supercharged V6, putting out 310 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque. Next is the same engine that you saw in the S6. It is a 4.0 turbo, twin turbo, putting out the same specs, 420 horsepower, 406 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the 4th engine is obviously what's in the US and all over the world, is the RS7. So that engine is also a 4.0 turbo, twin turbo, but it is crazy spec'd out and putting out around 600 horsepower. That's just ridiculous. This car's dimensions are a little bit longer than the S6, just because of that Sportback feature, and also just giving it, the interior just a little bit more length. But it comes out at 196 length, 75 inches wide, and 56 inches in height. This one, like the other Audi S6 over there, from 2014, comes with the black optic package. Same color rear view mirrors are there, matching the body. You got the black grille in front, makes it just look so fresh. The 3.0 supercharged V6 also gets a decent mileage. It gets around 16 to 27 miles per gallon, city and highway. So again, that's not too bad with some of the power that's underneath this hood. One of the things I forgot to mention too is that this is 4,200 pounds. It actually weighs less than the Audi S6. My goodness. Well, I also think that is because there is a bigger engine in that car. I mean, just look at this thing. It screams style. Those wheels too, oh my goodness. The titanium 20 inches, prestige package. They might actually be 21s, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at my mother's MSRP form again. They are nice. I mean, the front end on this car, it just screams, I got style. The Sportback featured on these cars is great. It adds some extra room, it adds some extra style, obviously with a flip-up wing that comes up right out of there. It is fantastic. The A7, Audi, you did a good job. So interior-wise, they really didn't change much from what's in the S6 and the A6 models to the A7 models. You'll pretty much find the entire same setup of MMI technology, of dashboard interface stuff, all your controls on your wheels, or on the steering wheel. The only difference in this car is that there's some beautiful wood grain inlays. They are fantastic. That is a choice you can get when you spec out your car when you're buying it new. They look fantastic all around, even on the door. My goodness. Well, one of the other features I love of this car is that there is no window support, or they removed the window support so it looks much, much sleeker. Got to mention before is the auto on and off. That feature is, I guess it's all right. I don't mind it. I mean, if it saves you a little bit of gas, why not? In the long run, sure, but hey, it's the auto off feature. You can disable it if you want to just by pressing the button. Right here, you've got the spoiler up, so we'll click that on. Maybe that will pop up. Yes, it did. Boom. Spoiler action. Spoiler. Ooh. One of the other great features on this car is that it has heated and cooling seats. I really wish I had that on the S6. A heated seat in the winter, I'll take it any day. As you can see, just a little bit more space. Not too bad. She's got one of the seats down. But Audi, you did a very good job with both interiors on the A6, S6 lines, the A7 and S7 lines, RS7 lines as well. I just love these cars, man. You did a great job, obviously, with the color. You did a great job with the Phantom Black Pearl on the S6. Man, you guys are killing it. So there is definite power differences between this beautiful 2015 A7 and that 2014 S6, but they both scream style, they both scream luxury, they both scream drive me. So how about we take this thing for a drive? All right, let's start this journey, shall we? So just going down the driveway already, I can tell that there's no turbo lag like there is in the S6. You get that little turbo lag in the S6 right when you just try to step on the pedal. It's right there. You've seen me say that in some other videos, but I'm saying it again just as a comparison for the A7. But right off the bat, I can tell the handling is pretty similar to the S6. Both fantastic, respond well. Not in this car, I believe they do not have that same adaptive steering like they do in the S6, but it certainly is nice. Woo, so the acceleration's pretty good. It's obviously not like the thrust you in the back of your seat S6 one, but the 3.0 turbo V6, supercharged V6, does a pretty good job. As you guys can see, you got a front-facing angle here. I'll do a pickup and acceleration in a second. I think I got a straightaway. So let's see here. I got nobody coming behind me. That wasn't too bad. That was not in S. So we'll see if we'll put it down into S and see what happens here. Pretty much from 0, 10. Yeah, not too shabby. It's good for when you need to get onto the highway, when you need to that little bit of extra kick. But I would still say all the fun and games go into the S6. By the way, this countryside and these roads are so much fun to drive on, so I'm glad I picked a beautiful day to do this and a good day to drive my mom's A7 around town. The young man that just passed me sure turned his head. Man, these cars do turn heads non-stop. And there's the beautiful S6. Whew, those rims do look good. So that's pretty much it. Your 2014 S6, your 2015 A7. Both beautiful rides. They both drive very well, but I think you're gonna have a little bit more fun in the S6. So that was a super fun time. I love doing stuff with that A7. Driving around, just cruising in style. It's a great car, but I do love my S6. It's wonderful too. During that whole time, there's some pretty funny bloopers, pretty funny camera problems. If I can edit them out and bleep over some of the swear words, it's worth putting in there. Hopefully continue this beautiful day, be outside, moving around, doing some stuff, hopefully not editing too long. But yeah, guys, the fix is out. God, can you please just work? My God, dude. Like, stay where you are. For God's sake.